Hello again, everybody. This is Mr. Everything, and I'm coming at you with another Wargaming in Miniature video. In this video, we're going to continue our work on our Quatre project, but I am filming this as a battle mat making tutorial. What we're going to do is we're going to use a canvas battle mat or a canvas tarp, and then we're going to put acrylic latex on it to create a texture on this, and then we will flock it at the end. But I'm making this for my Quatre project. I'm going to show this off during my project videos, but I'm also going to save these videos and then splice them together to make this tutorial that I'm filming right here. Alright, so this is a 6x9 8-ounce tarp that I bought at the local hardware store. But you can see that it's wrinkled, right? It's very wrinkly. And before you start any work on your tarp, you need to iron it out. Now, I've got a ping pong table, which is a 5x9, but I figured I don't need to lay it completely out. I'm just going to, this step is really just the ironing, and then once I get it done ironed, we're going to actually go through and draw some initial designs on it so that I have my pattern. And that's what we're going to do tonight. Alright, so just to show you what I've done, I've ironed this first half. I do want to point out during this that there is a damaged spot right there. It looks like it's some torn threads. Acrylic latex, when I put that on there, it's going to completely cover that. And that'll be just fine. But I just got to put something underneath because there is some gaps in the thread. It might drip or soak through. I might put some wax paper underneath. That's probably what I'm going to do. Wax paper. That's thin, and then it won't stick to the table when I do that. I've created my Quatre map, and you can. I'm going to put this. This is digital. I'll put this up on the screen so you guys can see it. But this is my 4-foot by 8-foot table. And I know what all this means. But basically, you have some roads, you have some rivers, you have a lake, and you have some hills and some wooded areas. So what I plan to do, this is a 5-foot table, right? And a 6-foot tarp, right? But I'm not making a 5-foot or 6-foot battle mat. What I'm making is a 4-foot battle mat. So with this being 5 foot, I need to come in about 6 inches from each side, right? This is also a 9-foot long tarp. I am not going to make a 9-foot battle mat. I'm making an 8-foot battle mat. So I need to come in about 6 inches from each end as well. But when I make my mat, I think I'm going to go a little bit over. I'm going to draw a line here. But because I want to go over, or I do want to go over, so that at the table, I might even not trim it. I might just leave this extra flappy piece hanging, because I want the mat to kind of go over the edges of the table, kind of like it is here. On an 8-foot table, I want it to drip over just a little bit, just to give you that infinity edge, not to stop right at the edge. What I'm going to do is measure see, there's a seam right there, and that denotes the center of the tarp, right? So I'm only going to be coming out 4 feet from that seam, maybe a little more. Another thing, it doesn't matter if I mark up or write anything on this tarp, because again, I'm going to be coating it with putty, and I'm also going to be flocking it, and I'm going to be painting it, and I'm going to be doing all kinds of crap to it. So whatever I draw on here will be completely covered. Okay, so we measure this double-sided. It is. Okay, because I was noticing it had a little bow in it. So I measure my 3-foot. Just a line. I mean, you barely even see that. And then 1 more foot. Now Now this one I'll make a little bit darker. That's going to be the 8-foot mark, right? Because I'm going to measure 4 foot from the center to there. That's 8 foot. Okay, this line just represents where the table is going to end, and this is the piece that's going to hang over. Absolutely, I'm not going to cut it. I already know I'm not going to cut it. I might even tuck it under and pin it or something to make sure that the mat is fixed firmly to the table. Might use some thumbtacks or something underneath it at the convention. But this is the point that I have to cover at least to this. I want to go a little over this so that, like I said, well, when we put a hill underneath it, it's going to, like if I put a hill underneath here, right, it's going to pull the blanket in this way, and then so I would need a little bit more to go over the edge of the table, right? I'm not going to make extremely high hills, and if it's not exactly perfect, it's okay. Okay, so right now you can probably see that I've got a line here, a line there, and a line there, right? That is going to be this half of the map. This is a 4x4 section right here. And so what I need to do now is I want to start off by drawing the road, and you'll notice that the road actually crosses directly through the center of the map, going this way and that way. Alright, so let's get this kind of stuff out of the way just so you can kind of see what we're looking at. So this half of the map is right here. This is where the roads are, and that's the main thing. Now there's going to be some rivers as well. I'm going to have to draw the rivers on here, but I'm going to do that. I'm going to do it right now. Alright, so I just want to show you the east side. You've got, I think it's called Celt.Gaul. Celt is going to be right here, right? You're going to have a bridge here, and I drew the river squiggly so I would know that it's a river, and the straight lines, even if they're curved, they're straight, are the roads. And then when you get down here, this is the beginning of the lake. Okay, so that's the lake. Or I guess it's a pond, really. And then that's going to be the east side of the map. So now what I got to do is start working on the other side of the map. Alright guys, now that this is, second half of this is ironed, and I've noticed that the second half was a lot smoother, was a lot less ironing. I don't know why, but it just was. And if you were wondering how I went ahead and made this map, and I want to let you know that it is 100% to scale with reality, because what I did was I took a topographical map of the of where the battle took place, and I used paint.net, overlaid a clear sheet on top of the picture, and I outlined where all the hills, where all the roads, where all the woods, where all the towns, the lake, all that. So this is actually superimposed over an actual map of Quatre, and then what I did was I removed the topographical map from beneath it, and all you see is the roads and the streams and everything that I need to add to my map. And I'll show you that topographical map that I used right here. Alright guys, so now I need to find that center point. This is it right here. Right, that was where the road center is located. Right, and these are the edges of the map. Right, I'm going to have to do something creative to get rid of this this seam when it comes to the actual puttying and everything. But it looks like, and this piece is actually in really good shape. No holes, nothing, which is good because that's the side where 99% of the battle is going to take place. This over here is really just extra flanking maneuver if anybody wants to use it, but really this is the battlefield. All right, so let's once I get everything drawn, I'll be right back. Okay, so I got the roads and rivers on here, and this is where Quatre is going to be. We're going to have like a building here, here, and here, and then we'll have a bridge right there, and this would all be the Bazoo Woods. So this is going to be wooded, and then you got the stream running through there, and there's the pond, and this is where the main attack is going to come from. But again, this side needs to be on the field because it is a potential to go down here and take the second bridge and come up this way. Plus the French are going to have so many troops on the table that that whole area is going to be filled with troops, so when they get reinforcements they might want to send them that way. But that's neither here nor there. Alright guys, thanks for coming out and checking out my Quatre update video. And we got done drawing the roads and the rivers. Now all I need to do is wait for my D&D game, and then after that we'll continue on with this project. Alright guys, I wanted to show you that I finished my cannon. I finished it on a wooden base that I showed you in my last update, and I puttied the base before I put the flock on. The cannon is removable so that I can do a firing position, and then I can do a limbered position. That might change based on when I get my limbers in. But something I did want to show is how well these guys turned out. These guys look pretty good to me. I mean, what do you guys think? I think they look pretty good. And when I puttied it, I put like a little berm there and here, so that when you put the cannon on, it won't slide off to the front, and then when you put the cannon on the back, it won't slide off the back. Alright, we're getting there. Thanks for coming out and checking out this update. I'll see you probably Wednesday night when I start working on putting the putty on this. See you then.